Hello and welcome. This is lesson 1.4. Today we're going to be talking about your SRB book and then talking a little bit about rounding as well. So we're starting off with this math message, and it says to look through your SRB book. Now the SRB is the student reference book is what that stands for, and it is the hardback math book that you hopefully have with you. And I want you to look through that, and I want you to make a list of 3 ways you could imagine using your student reference book as a tool. So what are 3 things that you might use it for, or things that you might need to look up, or reasons that you might reference this book? So take a moment and make a list of 3 of those. Now, there's so many things that are in this book, and I'll go through these fairly quickly. There might be there's a section about measurement, and so if you find measurement and data, that's going to tell you things about measurement. Maybe you need to look up something about meters and kilometers, right? Where would we look to find the definitions of words? Definitions of words can be found in the glossary. That's towards the back. So if you look at that section and you look for the word acute angle, you'll be able to find a definition of that. You might need that in the future. What page should we turn to in order to learn about fractions? Well, there's 2 places that you can look to find the page. You can look in the table of contents. That'll tell you the broad names of the different sections, but you can also look in the index down in the at the end of the book. So in this case, it shows these pages, and then different sections that you think will be the most interesting. That's kind of up to you as to what you are most interested in. Now, so our goal here, right, using the SRB as a reference tool and practicing rounding numbers. On this page, page 282 in the SRB, you'll find a map here, right? And this map has major uh, city populations. Populations is the number of people who live there. So as we look at the different cities in this graph, right? We can put their populations in our place value chart. So Columbus, Ohio, I'm going to look back here and I can find the population of Columbus, Ohio right here. And then each one of those digits is worth a different amount, right? Ones place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands, then 10,000s, right? Not millions after thousands, 10,000s and 100,000s. And what we can do here, we can look at Boston also, okay? And then we can compare those 2 numbers. And I can go back to the map to look at those 2, right? So when we compare Boston, which has a 6 in the 100,000s, and Columbus, which has a 7 in the 100,000s, we can see that Columbus's population was bigger. So, right, kind of using the SRB to review the different things that we have learned so far. All right, then we can look at New York City, right? And we can see that its population, let's go back to that map, actually goes up into the millions, right? So it's going to be larger than both Columbus and Boston because it has a digit that's in the millions place. It's the place after the 100,000s. Okay, so as we keep going, I'll look at San Diego too. Right? If we look at San Diego, here we have 1,300,000 and some change. Is that closer to 1 million or 2 million? Well, if we underline the 1 and draw an arrow to the 3, like we talked about last time, 5 or above gives it a shove. Well, the 3 is not 5 or above. And so this number is going to stay a 1. So it's closer to 1 million, right? This is how we rounded last time. So as you work today, you're going to be looking at this chart. Let's make it bigger. So on Math Journal, page 9, you'll see this table. And this table has data from the year 2000 and from the year 2010. Hopefully they add 2020 soon, from what's called the census. The census is the counting of the people that live in a place. Okay? And this table is going to list those numbers. So for example, Houston in the year 2000 had 1,953,631 people. But then in 2010, it had more. However, you can look at a city like Milwaukee. Here's Milwaukee's population in 2,000, 596,974. And in 2010, it was a little bit lower. How do I know that? Well, these first two digits are the same, 500,000 and 90,000, but the 6,000 is more than the 4,000 here, right? So we can use some of our skills that we've learned so far. Okay, so you have some questions here that go with this table where you are looking at the value of digits like we've been talking about recently, and then recording, which is more using our greater than or less than signs. So all of those skills that we've been working on so far. So that's our lesson today. We did a tour of the Math SRB, and now you're going to use some data to practice the skills that we've been working on. All right, let me know if you need any help, and good luck.